Hello, my friends, and welcome to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition.
Pew.
Here on twitch.tv/tabletop rules. Thank you, Matt, for covering up a very quiet burp with your finger guns. Excuse me, chat.
No.
You are not excused, apparently.
Before we get started, we're going to do some announcements. Programming announcements. Programming announcinos. Tuesday nights are going to be Starfield for a while. It's going to be a lot of Starfield. Space Alessandra is fun. And Space Alessandra is going to have some cool adventures in space. And McKenna in my solo file, I have found the coolest character to have adventure with Space Alessandra once we get her, and I'm excited for that to happen.
Can I say, Will?
Yes?
I was watching you in the character creation. I got very scared for a moment because it seemed like you were going to give Alessandra a Karen haircut.
Oh. No, I was not.
You did not, and I was very pleased.
They did not have Bethesda games. I love Bethesda, but sometimes their character creators are kind of until modders get a hold of them. So right now there's not any great hair.
She does not look like anyone's aunt, which is good.
Yeah. So that's Tuesdays. Wednesdays, if you're watching right now, Wild Ambition or Wild West game. We are down at Zoe this week as they are at rehearsals for a play. And we are down at Shine Abbey this week as they are off doing something. Then on Thursday,
Friday.
Nothing. We don't do anything on Thursdays. It's the one night a week I take off. Then on Fridays...
Watch Critical Role, please.
Yeah, you could. They're getting pretty cool. They're doing some cool stuff. I'm not caught up on Critical Role, unfortunately. I'm not caught up on any of my podcasts other than High Rollers, and that one's done now. So that's the only reason why I got caught up on it. Then on Saturday, Salt and Strategy. Will, Matt, Chad, Calf. We're in a volcano. We're trying to get orcs on side. We're under an ambush of lizard people. It's going to be fun.
We nearly triggered Matt's arachnophobia by fighting a giant spider in near darkness.
Yes.
Oh my.
I didn't enjoy it.
Yeah.
We did kill it, though.
We did kill it.
We killed it. Ding yao.
Then on Sunday, Sunhaven Sunday. Sarah might be back this week. I don't remember. I hope so. It'll be fun to have Sarah back this week with Aubrey, Emily, and me as we play more Sunhaven. In a week when Palia is out, we're probably going to jump to Palia for a week just because farming MMO.
Farm do Sunday.
Farm Stardew MMO. Now with free trial up to the critically acclaimed. Then on Monday, of course, the Strength of Thousands AP. Let me just check something in our Discord quickly.
We had quite the episode on Monday.
If you want to see some emotional damage.
And me sitting very, very still.
Go watch that. If you want to join our Discord, join the Discord here. And if you are watching us live right now, go and check out our clips. And don't wear headphones. And watch Calf clip me getting jump scared when I played Starfield last night.
A goop fell from the ceiling and Will swore heavily and yelled at his screen.
You do that sometimes.
It's why I don't play horror games.
I had headphones in. I suffered for it.
But speaking of suffering, we have some folks on this game.
Wow.
We do have some folks on this game. You're so right.
On this game who are suffering through this long-winded intro. So let's just introduce them. We of course have a friend of the channel and a person who designed the lovely overlays you see, as well as this lovely slideshow that we need to update. I just realized.
Oh, yeah, people are...
Yeah, we need to update that.
Oh, God, I'm going to have to update all of that.
Yeah, you are.
Oh, yeah.
Matt, playing Lorgar. How you doing tonight, Matt?
I'm now shuddering at the prospect of some fiddly work I have to do in the near future, but I'm feeling good. I got some schemes, some machinations. I got some fun shit I get to do tonight. Pardon the
Oh,
French.
we love fun shit.
Speaking of fun shit, we have Head of the
You
Cooper
two
Cult.
especially may enjoy this for reasons.
Yes.
Reasons.
Spoilers,
I love
Matthew.
reasons.
I'm just whetting the appetites.
We got customer support with us tonight. We got Cooper here hanging out with us from Friday night.
Hi, welcome to Guest Relations. Here at Guest Relations, we love to take your money and help you by taking your money.
We
You
love
have too
to
much
relate
money.
to our guests here.
We love having relations with our guests.
Cooper is playing,
And looking good in a vest.
Cooper is playing Christine. Cooper does look really good in that vest.
Thank you.
I have a bias. I just like vests.
I understand.
And then moving right along, we have McKenna, who is in charge of all the lovely artwork that you see. Link to her TikTok just showed up in chat because of Nightbot and the command !art.
How did they know?
If you're watching on YouTube, link is in the description down below in the doobly-doo. Wait, what's wrong with me calling it?
YouTuber. No, there's like a YouTuber who famously says like link in the doobly doo.
I think I know who it is too.
I'll
say it during the intro.
There's a number of YouTubers who do it. Like there's like 6 that I know who do.
I think it's kind of YouTuber shorthand at this point in a way.
It's become a YouTube shorthand. But McKenna tonight is playing Miss Honey Madeline. How are you doing tonight, McKenna?
Oh, we didn't hear the first part. Sorry. Blood rushing from my ears. Yes.
Yeah,
I said I am doing A-okay.
That's really good to
here
hear.
to play Honey Madeline. And I don't know what we're doing tonight with like half the crew gone, but we'll figure it out.
So, fun fact, Crazy, if you enjoyed that film, our first campaign on Wednesday nights was heavily inspired by that sort of adventure. Go watch it on YouTube. League of Amazing Adventures.
Who's the Dorian Gray of our party?
Technically speaking, Garl.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What? I've been set aback. What?
On a bad recommendation. Well, I don't think he liked League of Gentlemen.
I really liked Lee. Listen, it is one of my favorite like guilty watches. Oh, not the film A Bad Britcom. Fair enough.
The League of Gentlemen, not the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
Well, if it's just the regular gentleman, then it tracks that it wouldn't be as good as the extraordinary gentleman.
But McKenna, you're doing something cool right now.
I am actually doing something kind of fun.
I remembered this
Prove
time.
it.
Thank you, I forgot.
I know, I have it written down.
I am in a podcast with Spells and Whistles. I don't know if any of y'all are familiar with their work. We are doing a short Glitter Hearts campaign. It's only going to be 4 episodes, the first of which is already up. Go check it out. Will, I don't suppose you have a link, because I forgot.
I can get a link really quickly if you give me like a momentio. Also,
for those of you who are not familiar, Glitter Hearts is a 2D.
Nope.
Nope.
McKenna died on the self-plug. Oh, she's gonna be so mad when she's back.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna be chat. Go and check out the podcast for McKenna, because she is going to be. Oh no, she's going to be so mad that she froze right now.
This might be a good time to go to the intro.
Yeah, I'm worried, but we will do that right now. There's the link to the podcast. Go check it out. Last time on Wild Ambition.
Pew.
They should be on Twitch chat. I don't think I have it set up to delete clips. I hope it's not set up like that.
Are we talking about you screaming?
Yeah.
Was that even on our thing, or was that something that?
No, that was on it.
We may not be able to view it while the broadcast is
Yeah,
going.
you may
I
not
don't
be
know.
able to view clips while the broadcast is going.
That doesn't
Calf,
sound right.
it doesn't. But Calf made a clip of it last night.
That's very strange, but we should probably look into it
Yes,
later.
we will.
Yes,
look
we'll look into that
later.
later. In the Discord, perhaps. We'll
Yes.
place a link.
But yeah. Oh, thank you all so much. So, Wild Ambition. Last time, Party was in the plane of Earth. Managed to murder an elemental lord.
In their own bedroom. We're not good people.
Bop bop.
And during that murder, they did a number of other things, like loot a number of rooms in the manor, get a whole bunch of gems, saved a number of kobolds, made a new friend in the case of Honey, making friends with Amber, a Earth Geniekin. And then they began to make their way back to the material plane. When they arrived, there was a short little interaction at the entrance to the mines, and then the party made their way back to Gallline, the sort of hometown and home base. And we are going to be picking up with the party immediately after the travel. You've all made it to Gallline. Amber is with you all. Just kind of awkwardly standing with you as you all start walking back into town.
Can I ask what your plan is? Now that you're all the way out here?
That's a very good question.
It's going to be one of those nights where
I respect that answer.
Sometimes
you would.
Sometimes I lack wisdom.
I respect that answer.
This is one of those times where I did a thing because I thought it would be fun and cool, and I really should have planned more. Oh, it's that, honey, you're just mouthing words.
1,000-yard stare from McKenna.
Could you hear my heavy sigh?
Yes.
Maybe.
I mean, you're welcome to stay at my place until you get situated. That said, I don't know. I guess I sort of thought that if you were coming all the way out here, you had something you wanted to do.
You know how sometimes, when people are done sort of one part of their life as a young adult and they just want to go experience the world, and so they travel a little bit?
Can't relate.
Fair enough. I was thinking about maybe traveling around the material plane but I just realized something. Money exists.
It does.
It is unfortunately a social construct that is quite necessary.
But I think most of the new jobs that are about to open up are going to be back in the mines.
Yes, and to be honest with you, I'm suited for manual labor, it's not that type of manual labor.
I do hear a certain type of people yearn for the mines.
Where'd you hear that?
I could not tell you.
I think Darla may have said it.
I think that
Darla
may
says
be
a
it.
lot of things.
She does. Mostly about
Lord,
rocks.
You got a big storm coming if you got any advice from Darla.
Honey, you got a big storm coming.
What is that from? I've seen it so many places.
Okay, let me talk about this. Someone was holding an audition for probably a grocery store of some sort, some sort of superstore.
You could stop at 5 or 6 stores.
Or just one. And they had them all, I think probably what it was say like the opening line from your monologue or something. And so you have these clips of all of these people being like, the most famous one is, honey, you got a big storm coming. Another one is like, what? I don't need friends.
I don't need friends. They disappoint
me.
The Shadow the Hedgehog.
They all have like these kind of weird, out of nowhere lines, and then I imagine also the director asked them to like strike a pose, because some of them very confidently go, and other ones just kind of go. That's in my head why that video exists. It's one of my favorite videos on the internet because it's so awful. And
it's bad.
Back around to being amusing.
Oh, I'm going to commandeer Monday night's question now. I have a great idea.
Oh,
Lord.
You think you have that kind of power on my night?
Yeah, you've got Friday night. You can just do it on Friday.
Yeah, you can preempt one day.
I can do it on Friday. I'll do it on... Well, no, because like there's less actual like professional actors on the Friday night stream.
Oh.
Also,
true, but ow.
Nikki
so
nerds
true.
out. Thanks for the raid.
Well, anyway,
you just missed a murder.
I work at the printing press. I do journalism.
Amber just looks at you, honey, just like with a face of like, that's so expected. Like just a face is like, yeah, I could see that. I mean, that's a very good career for you. I feel like that.
If you sit there and tell me that I've got a face for journalism, I don't know if I want to talk to you anymore.
It's not a face for journalism, but you definitely have like the sense of getting information for it.
Fair enough. Anyway, that's where I work. There's not a whole lot of manual labor to be done there. Maybe Christine needs help around the sheriff's?
I respectfully, honey, and Christine, please understand what I'm about to say is just with the utmost respect. I cannot work with your sister in a professional hierarchy where we are not equals.
Good thing we're not equals.
Oh. Did it suddenly just get colder around here? I thought we were in the desert.
I feel like you're over... I feel like you're being dramatic, Christine.
You feel what you want.
Anyway, I will figure it out. I can definitely find some work, I'm sure. I am a very employable person. I have many skills.
Where'd you go to school?
A rock college.
See, I was gonna say School of Hard Rocks, but I guess
I was underhanding that one to you, Will.
You were, and I didn't take it.
I would have died.
We're out of the plane of Earth. We got to get all the rock puns out of the way as soon as we can and get on to other things. We got to get out of this quicksand.
Well, see, the plane of Earth has dinosaurs. That's why it's rock college. It's like the Flintstones.
Oh boy.
When you're with the Flintstones.
But in all seriousness, I mean, I feel like she just like kind of like leaves her arms out to the town. I don't think a college education is necessary to get work here.
Joke.
It seems honey, we've not traveled together for very long, but I'm very bad at realizing when people joke like that.
Fair enough. Well, best of luck. I think I'm gonna go grab a drink.
Are we back in town?
Yeah, you were back in Gauline.
All right. I am probably back in my cave.
Yeah. Lorgar's gone back to the lizard cave.
It was nice hanging out with you while it lasted.
I choose to believe that.
Does Lorgar not live in town?
No.
Lorgar lives in a cave. In the dirt.
Yeah.
I could see
Just
that.
just as the Great Earth Mother intended.
As all crocodiles do. In a desert
Okay.
cave.
There is a lot of. I'm not even here. I have left. I don't know why I'm having this conversation with you.
All right. Oh, you know what? I probably got all sorts of letters and whatnot to deal with back at the print and press. I should probably forego that drink and go there.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Christine will be checking in with the deputy as well.
Or Amber.
We will start with Christine then. Christine, as you come back in, Slim is moving about, just kind of getting some paperwork done. He walks over. As he enters, he just looks up. Welcome back, Sheriff.
Thank you. Just spent some time on another plane.
Oh, interesting. Which plane?
Fuck if I remember. A lot of rocks.
Ah, rocks. At least it wasn't snakes.
You know what? You can have that one.
Yeah.
You're right. At least it wasn't snakes.
Nobody likes snakes on a plane.
Anything happened when I was gone?
Not much. A little bit of a breakout. But other than that,
A little bit of a breakout.
yeah, some of the folks that we caught ransacking the town got out. Looks like one of the folks in town snuck in here in the middle of the night, opened the door for him. That must have been a cousin or something.
Slim.
Yeah.
Christine's gonna walk up
Not
to
all
him.
of them got out. There's still a couple in there. But
Christine's gonna walk up to
a
him,
couple of
Will,
them got out.
and just as a flavor note,
Mm-hmm.
this is what I took for level 4.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'm gonna
oh boy.
put my hand on his shoulder and ask, "Do you know where they are, Slim?"
Oh, I mean, in the desert. Probably went back to Bandit Town.
All right, fair enough. She'll give him a. She'll raise her hand to give him a good, hearty pat on the shoulder. He can react to it how you best fit.
Oh, he just keeps eye contact with Christine the entire time.
I choose to believe it's to ensure that she's not gonna hit him.
I think that's the title of the episode tonight. Choose to believe.
I choose to believe that.
Just kind of looking up at you. Well, glad your little trip went well. A little Symbatical is always nice.
Mm-hmm. Now I got some more work to do. I'll probably see if I can hunt him down tomorrow.
Ones I got out were first-time folks. They won't do it again, I'm sure.
Well, for their sake, I sure hope they don't.
Yeah, and then Sim just like keeps on working, and there's just sort of just like this silent sort of just silence that falls over the sheriff's office. Even like the people in the cells are like, we do not talk right now. We do not say a word.
She'll take her like the iron on her gloves
Mm-hmm.
and just knock on the bars and then step out and go try to find Honey.
Yeah, fair enough. Honey, you've made your way back to Sylvia's and her printing press. She is currently sitting down, getting the paper together.
Good morning, Sylvia. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you.
Sorry, honey, I've been a bit on edge lately. My apologies.
Goodness gracious, didn't think I was all that frightening.
You're not. I just wasn't expecting to see you back here for some more time.
Oh.
Hitched a ride with a real nice rock lady.
Oh, good for you.
You're hard at work. What's got you so focused?
Just, you know how sometimes you start working and you just get into that groove?
Do I ever?
I am decidedly out of that groove now.
Oh, I'm sorry about that.
It's fine. I was getting ahead of things anyway. I need to take a break. What? Oh, I haven't eaten today. Oh, it's fine.
Sylvia!
Everyone forgets to eat.
Alright, do I need to get you a
I'm fine.
cucumber sandwich or something?
I'm fine. I'll just wait till dinner time and it'll be okay.
Sylvia, it's already, what, 1?
Yeah, 2. That's only 3 more hours. It's fine.
Honey rolls her eyes and goes into her little lunch sack.
Sack.
And,
Honey, dude, I will not. Please do not give me your food. We're good. I
I
do.
have to have something.
I do though
granola
have
bar
a
or
sack
something.
for you, and she just plops like a sack of mail onto your desk.
For me, I don't know who you're talking about.
Christine just looks around. Sylvia just looks around. Anyway.
I will start on that after you finish this. And I slap a granola bar down on her desk.
So true, sister.
Opens the granola bar. Nibble, nibble, nibble. Nibble, nibble, nibble.
Nibble, nibble, nibble.
Nibble, nibble,
Do do
nibble.
do do do
And then just...
do do
hop.
do do do.
Alright, there we go.
Do I need to, like, open my mouth and show you I've swallowed it like they do in asylums?
No, I'm not. You're not an animal I'm trying to feed pills to.
If I was, you would
Darla,
have
I'm
wrapped
trying
it
to
in a
get
ball of
Darla.
cheese.
Lord.
Don't
What
tell
a-
Darla that that's how I hide things to make her throw up radioactive gems to.
I'm sorry, what now?
What's
Eat
radioactive?
the week I've had. You would not believe the week I've had.
It sounds like you've had a very rough week.
You could say that. It's just been a lot of fighting, and God, I wish we had like a spa or something here in town.
I mean, there was
Because-
plans for one initially, but when the town started dying out, they ended up not going through with it.
Yeah, ain't that the story of this whole damn town? Well, I'm sure we'll figure something out.
Eventually.
I wanna tuck into that sack of letters.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of letters looking for advice.
Any of them with handwriting I recognize.
Make me a perception check.
Perception check. It's a 17.
17 is a success. There is some very slow, basically. Like, it's very, like, large letters. You can tell, like, a lot of time was taken to write this one. It is from Yuka.
Yuka or Yucca?
Yaka. We'll pronounce your own NPC names right. Sorry.
This here's the Yukon Trail.
Yaka.
I'll have to go to the Yukon someday.
It's on
Yucca is
fire right
not
now.
A frequent customer of
He
mine.
is not. They have written a short letter. Basically, dear advice column. I have noticed that folks have been feeling a bit uncomfy these days. Around town, not feeling safe. Do you have any thoughts on the current state of things that might calm folks down and let them relax a bit and feel safe in our lovely little town?
That's an easy one for Honey to tackle because it gives her an opportunity to talk up Christine and all of the good hard work that she just did. You know, taking bandits to justice and, you know, clearing out a mine and saving children. So
Saving
I
cryptid
think-
children.
Well, saving kobold children.
Same difference.
Saving unborn kobold children
Shut
and
up.
born kobold children.
Shut up.
You guys didn't even care about the eggs at the time. I had to steal them from the waiters.
Sure didn't. That's why I get to roll deception for this.
Go for it. Roll to falsify journalism. Kitsune News.
What?
It's a joke.
I hate it here.
That was a good one.
22.
22. That's a success.
74.
You write a pretty good response. What do you write to that, Honey? What are Honey's words for this?
Not verbatim, because if this were verbatim, I would want to write it out myself. But just like, oh, how does Yucca sign off? What is Yucca's anonymous?
It's just Yucca.
name? Dear Yucca.
He just doesn't. They just don't get the construct of this.
It is with great pride that I am able to announce that our sheriff, Miss Christine Madeline, is back in town and stronger than ever. After running those bandits all the way out of town, she was able to get into the mines that we have been trying to clear out to get some money back into this town and get these jobs flowing, where she braved the depths of radioactive mines
Oh boy.
to save young
No, it's true.
kobold children, where she traveled to another plane of existence to save unhatched kobold eggs and bring them all home safely to their parents and loved ones. She is nothing short of a hero, and I am glad to announce that she is back in town and here to defend all of us.
Nice.
Something along those lines. Like, it's a little aggrandizing, but also there are enough nuggets of truth in there that, like, that's true. She kind of did do some of those things. Maybe not to be a hero, but you know.
Putting the prop up in propaganda.
You're goddamn right.
Mm-hmm.
That's my sister.
Police state, and then we just got the two tenets of running shit that people ain't ought to be running.
Twitch chat / YouTube. If I remember, I'm going to make a Discord channel on our Discord where you can all write in for these, because I think that'd be a really fun idea to have like viewers write in for advice columns.
Hold on, I can do that. I'll do that once we're done with this scene.
Because I think that would be really fun.
Yes, please.
So if you want to ask Honey for some advice,
Miss Mads.
yes,
ask
if you want to ask Miss Mads for some advice, we'll make a Discord channel for y'all to submit your advice column asks. And hey, that would make whatever character or yourself that you wrote the thing from a canon in the world.
That's true.
So come and join the world. But moving right along, most of the other letters are pretty standard. There's a couple letters that have just been like the same questions that have been asked over and over again, but like they're not really all that interesting. It's like, am I the rude person?
Am I the asshole?
I love a good "Am I the donkey's rear?" That's my favorite kind of write-in. Who wrote in one of those, and were they the asshole? What did they do?
Dear Miss Mads, am I the donkey's rear? 'Cause I sabotage my relatives' ploy to gain a romantic partner.
We're off to a great start.
I male 25. My brother.
25 meters.
My brother meters 27. The two of us have been living near town for some time. But both of us have had no romantic luck. Mainly because my standards are very high, and he has about as much charm as a sickened scorpion.
So they are both Rizless, is what I'm hearing.
One day my brother managed to get a date, and I accidentally that morning fed them some expired milk. In addition to that milk being expired, it is important context to know that my brother is lactose intolerant.
Jesus.
Boy.
Does me doing that make me an asshole, or just a lovely brotherly prank? Just want to know.
Honey writes back, you say in your story that this was an accident, but you also say that you know that your brother was lactose intolerant and that you fed him milk anyway, and expired milk at that. In my heart of hearts, I don't know if I rightly believe that that was an accident, young man.
The expired was the accident.
I think Honey is implying that that was also not an accident.
Fair enough.
I think you knew better, and I think you owe your brother an apology, and maybe that young lady an apology as well, depending on how bad the aftermath was. You know the right thing to do here.
Fair enough.
Miss Mads.
In a couple sessions, we'll get an update letter.
Oh,
yes.
please.
Things have gone badly.
Anything
Update.
from that one girl, Miss Maya? Is she writing any more threatening letters to me?
No.
Doesn't want to poke that bear anymore because she realized I have guns.
Among other things, but yeah, no, there's no threatening letters. It's just kind of
so sad we can't settle this. Now that we're back in town, I want to settle the dance off with Twitty. I can't. On the other hand, if Zoe's not here, maybe there's no dance off to settle.
If Zoe's not here, I roll for Zoe.
That's fair. That's fair. No, I'm gonna wait for her to get back.
Yeah, you are.
I was gonna wait either way. But that's, I think, how Honey spends her afternoon, although Christine may be interrupting her.
Yeah, eventually Christine will come in.
Maybe someday.
But we'll come back to that. We're going to jump to Lorgar in their cave.
Yeah, this is a good life. All by myself.
It sure is nice in this cave. Scruffy.
Yep.
The rock was moved.
Lorgar, very calmly for a moment, glances around the cave very slowly. Do I see anything else out of place?
Nope.
All right, I check the rock. I check what's under the rock.
When you lift the rock up, you see everything is supposed to be there. However, with one slight change. The book that was kept in that sack has increased in volume and size enough that it pushed the rock. Like there are more pages in the book.
Been feeding this book forever, and finally it's grown a little. No, Lorgar finds this peculiar. Admittedly, as a druid and someone who has spent most of their life in the desert, I'll admit, maybe this is something books do. I don't know. I'm not going to question it much. I'm going
to question it, you can make a library lore check.
Oh, that skill has been lost for generations. All the library lore
was lost to time.
I'm gonna take it to the steps of the tunnel that leads into the cave, so I can get some light on it. I'm gonna open it up and I'm gonna study and see if I can glean what are the new pages
Well, there's a number of new pages. A lot of them are just blank. But on a couple of the new pages, there is some writing, and there appear to be instructions. Instructions for spells, written in a very familiar handwriting to Lorgar's, as it is written in Lorgar's mother's handwriting.
Wow.
Well, there is a tad unlikely for a variety of reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to read it none the same. Does this writing these instructions teach me what I think it's going to teach me there,
It
Will?
does. It teaches you your ritualist archetype stuff.
There and too.
Yeah.
And I read this, I absorb it, and I take in the lessons that I learned in the elemental plane of Earth and the things I learned inside myself when I did my brief little training montage. And I close the book and I just kind of say to no one in particular in my little cave, I think I can do it now. I think this is possible. I put the book back into its special place. I get an extra rock from another side of the room and cover it even more now. And then I go to a different corner of the cave and I fetch myself a bundle that I prepared a while ago in the event that one day I'd be able to accomplish this feat. But as I pick it up, I think to myself, I might just because I know how to doesn't mean I will be able to easily. And I think to myself, of all the sights, of all the things I've explored in the desert, if there might be a location or a feature or something that might aid me in my endeavor.
Make me a survival or nature check.
Now let's take a look which one of those is better. Survival is +10. They're both exactly the same, so I'm going to do a nature check because I'm a druid, gosh darn it. 20.
Funny. There are a few spots that you can think of in the desert. Specifically, there is a small sort of hyena graveyard. Has a lot of ambient souls there.
I hate to disturb the rest in place of things that have perhaps passed on naturally, as is the cycle, but for the greater good. But I also aware that the instructions I was given, I might need some assistance with this. So I think I need to go see a sheriff.
All right. Well, Lorgar, as you're making your way back to town, honey,
Making my way.
Christine has just walked in as you're packing stuff up.
What's Christine doing?
This is when
Christine.
You are Christine.
Why are you asking me what your character's doing, my guy?
What's Christine doing?
Christine is surrendering the town over to Sim.
Oh.
I think the fuck not.
She's seen the error of her way.
Honey, very pleased with herself, flaunts her freshly minted psyop piece about Christine.
Christine will give it a read over.
It's pretty blatant, but people in this town aren't smart.
For sure.
Exactly.
And you know what Christine does?
Aww, that's the nicest thing you've ever had to say about any of my writing. What are your plans for the evening?
Unsure at this time, but if I may say so myself, you really outdid yourself, honey.
Oh, I do my best. Besides, I think it's only right that people know how much hard work we put in. It was a lot of work.
Well, darling, I would say it was both of us, but I appreciate that.
Yeah, but you're the one that I want to sell as like town hero.
Thank you.
Everyone's favorite sheriff. Sim could never. and they all know it.
I will say he sure let some things go while we were gone, but I don't think it's nothing we'll have to worry too much about, so we'll be
What did he
fine.
let go?
A few first-time criminals.
You're kidding me.
That's what I
It's not so
said.
it's not a what he let go, it's a who? Plural?
Yes,
Who's?
ma'am. hmm
Son of a
Several
bitch.
who.
What kind of idiot? Do you think he did it himself?
I don't think he did it himself. He said that somebody came in and must
So
have
he's just
unlocked the
that
door late at night, which
good lord.
just tells me he was sleeping a little too early.
Remind me to write a less aggrandizing piece about Deputy Sims. Um anyhow, so I suppose we have what, some bandits to rustle up, or are we just gonna let them fly?
Sounds like a lot of work, but if we find him, we find him. I believe him when he said they were first-time offenders, so it's not the worst thing in the world, I guess. But they'll know. They'll know if they try
They'll
anything
know.
ever again.
Damn straight.
It
As
is worth noting, Honey is probably the only person that does not feel my aura.
mhm.
Oh,
uh,
Damn, does that include like Lorgar and Darla?
I mean,
Yup.
I'm not in yet.
Damn.
yeah, Sylvia's just kind of like looking over at Christine every now and then, just shaking her head.
Hey, what are you looking at?
I mean, you're in my place of business.
You're in my town.
You
Don't
know,
you forget it.
Christine, you should really
That's with my
remember
boss.
that more people than just you and your sister live here.
That's not necessarily fair either. You, and I point at Christine, are being unfairly, what's the word?
Judged?
Combative. But also, I think Christine just did a whole lot of work to make the town better in a way that it is not necessarily immediately going to impact either of us, but is going to create a lot of nice jobs for a lot of people. She does a lot of work, even if she's a little
Forceful?
Honey doesn't use
Abrasive.
a word. She just kind
Abrasive?
of like does her best Christine impression of like
Angry?
All
it.
true things.
It's at that moment that Lorgar, you find like Christine. You see Christine in it through the door.
Holy shit, Sheriff. No. Howdy, Sheriff.
Never
Uh,
thought
hu-
I'd see
Hello.
you in here, Lorgar. You
uh,
looking for a
uh,
scoop?
uh, I don't know what that means. Um, Good to see you as well. Honey, you are looking well.
It's only been a few hours, Lorgar.
Has it? And yet you look as fresh as dew on a cactus.
Thank you. I try. What can I help you with, Lorgar?
Well, I'm afraid it is not you I have come here to see today. It is, in fact, your dear and eminent sister.
Run it
Eminent.
away.
That's an adjective I have not heard before. Thank you.
I
Uh,
must confess, I'm not 100% sure what it means, but it sounds good, and thus it seemed appropriate for you, Sheriff.
well, ask away. It's not often you come into town, so it must be something really important.
Well, it's funny you should mention the town. Um, you recall our recent adventure? We went out, got into some scrapes for the good of the town and the surrounding environs. I think we did a good job. I think I don't mean to toot my own snoot, but I do feel that I helped and contributed to the our efforts.
I would say you did. Kept me from dying, so
Well,
kind of had
um,
no choice but to say thank you for that.
As I'm sure you could imagine, I'm always attempting to deepen my connection to the elements to strengthen myself and be of more use to the town and to keep people safe, especially youngins that may go wandering off where they have no business to be wandering. Um, and to that effort, I have come here today to ask a favor of you, Sheriff. I require your assistance with something a little special.
What is it?
I'm going to be attempting to conduct a bit of a ritual to, well, it's a little hard to explain in the layman's terms, but I'm going to be creating a powerful tool to assist in protecting the town, protecting myself, protecting all of you. But I'm not sure I am wise or powerful enough to pull it off. And I need a little bit of assistance from yourself, Sheriff, because I think you got certain something that I think might be of assistance. And I will say up front, from what I have learned from my studying of this particular ritual, it will require an entire day of your time.
What else does it require?
It requires me to sit in a special made circle, and I also have to sit there for about a day, and I have to do some chanting and some drawing some lines in the earth. And I got I kind of hoist the little package I got on my arm, some special materials that are required for the ritual, things I've gathered from the desert.
What
Long,
special materials?
oh, it requires. It's difficult to explain. It may not matter, unfortunately. It may not be enough. I've done my best to, for instance, I kind of reach into my pocket and I pull out from our recent expedition, and I show you some very bright and kind of shiny looking black stones. And it's a decent amount. This is like 15 gold worth of black onyx. Things like this, like rare materials, uh, we've gotten from our recent adventure into the earth. It has powerful elemental energies that I might be using for this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I can understand why you brought it to me and not Darla.
Oh God.
I'm sorry, let me get this straight. You want Christine to be involved in some dark magic with strange materials,
I
and you're
don't I
not going
don't
to tell her exactly what it does?
I don't recall ever saying anything about being dark.
It's a ritual, right?
I mean, a druidic ritual, yeah.
It's the difference between druidic rituals and the rest of them.
Well, I'm not seeking to forge a pact with any devils or demons if that's what you're concerned about.
It's
You're not specifying what you want, though, Lorgar.
I all I need is I'm not sure exactly the ritual itself doesn't describe what the secondary caster actually has to do. I just need someone essentially to
In
you
this
know
case,
I'm gonna make this up on the fly. I'm just gonna say I need someone to patrol the perimeter of my magic circle and make sure no varmints wander in and disrupt the circle. That's all really.
What all does it do?
I am creating a powerful tool for myself
You said
to
that. Be more specific.
what is this tool? What is it for?
I'm creating myself a magical companion to assist me in scrapes and to keep us all safe. In fact, I can tell you this. If things go correctly, this creature has the ability to disrupt those who attempt to meddle with the dead. It has a special aura that can interrupt undead summoning.
I don't understand.
I'm
Why?
I'm I'm going to be well. That's just one of its abilities.
Out of character question.
Yes.
Because I wasn't here last week, did I miss something that this
No.
is relevant for? Okay.
Nope.
No. Although
I
I
just
do
picked
think
up the ritualist thing and now I have options to crazy stuff that will be difficult to maybe pull off.
But, you know, given history, there may be some aversion to rituals.
Yeah, I think Christine might also have a similar opinion that rituals are for dark purposes.
Christine
And
and Honey
generally
will both
involve like
regard you very carefully.
Well,
Um,
let me say this. In addition to this particular ritual, I do have plans to assist other members of the group, specifically with another ritual that unfortunately will take me more time to learn, that will provide a very helpful fortune boon, possibly for an entire month. And it will be for one of you, not one of me.
it was mighty costly.
Uh,
Not necessarily in gold either, but
this particular one, no. It'll simply require a personal item from an individual that I hope to bestow the fortune upon and some gold. But other than that, it's actually it requires less rare materials than the one I'm planning to do today. It
let me
just,
ask you
unfortunately, I
this.
don't have the skills in the necessary skills to perform that one as of yet. I'm
Let
gonna
me
have to
ask you
wait 2
this,
levels.
Lorgar.
Yes, ma'am?
Who are you communing with for this?
hmm.
As far as I'm aware, I'm not communing with anyone. I'm simply summoning powers. There's no
So
intelligence
you're
involved in it, as I believe. And I'll say this: if any of y'all have reservations about my intentions or the end product of my work, quite literally, you know where I live, and you all got them those horrid metal apparati. Poo poo.
can I do
Comments.
any kind of like
What do
vibe check on this
I
as a champion?
I feel like you as Christine, this is the vibe that Lorgar is given. How is Christine going to react to this vibe? It is one of the very few times Lorgar has ever asked for help.
It's true. Yeah, it's very out of character and it very much feels like something that he just would not do. Um,
I will say as well, uh, I do have other candidates in mind for assistance, but you being the most capable and most trustworthy, I came to you first.
you are making this real hard, Lorgar.
Well, that is not my intent.
I know it's not. You have always behaved yourself in this town, and I believe you when you say that you are doing this with the intent of helping the place that me and my sister live.
I mean, that is my intent. And I should also specify this will not be occurring anywhere near town. So even if something were to go wrong, which I can't imagine it would, it will pose no danger to any of your constituents.
Honey sort of looks at Christine and says, I suppose if he's bent on doing this either way, it might be best for someone competent to be involved.
That sort of was my thinking as well.
That said, though, Lorgar, I don't know if I trust this ritual. Where did you find it?
I have, through my wanderings through the desert and through materials that my mother has passed on to me, I've been studying ancient texts and the like, and this is one of the first things that I've felt confident enough that I have understood enough to attempt.
Mm,
Hmm.
I have
The sacred texts, honey, the sacred texts.
reservations about this, and I know that my sister does too.
I
Take
understand
it
that.
at your
I
word.
have
Uh,
reservations myself. I do not know if it's going to work. It's going to rely a lot on myself, and I'm hopeful, not necessarily confident, and it may just mean I'm out 15 gold worth of precious oh, black opals.
so I'm just gonna need a little bit of convincing then. What exactly is in this for me?
Well, I suppose I could say that is up to you. I could owe you a favor. I could perform a specific task for the town. Um, I could give you some monetary reward, I suppose, if I don't know. That seems. I'm not sure that would be enough for you, sir. If you
You
seem,
ain't got much money, sir. You
I
don't have
do
to
not. I do not. And honestly, I'm.
fool me.
If I may, Lorgar has patched both of our asses up quite enough times that I don't know if we want to start this whole tit for tat business.
I agree with you.
What for what?
Tit
You
for
heard
tat.
me.
I am a lizard folk. I don't have one of those. Nor did my mother.
Sounds like a you problem.
I mean, is it a problem? I don't know.
You don't know.
I hate to say it, Lorgar, but based off of pictures of Uruxi.
Oh, in the Pathfinder.
Shut up!
Not the lizard folk titty debate. I don't want to open a can of worms.
Anyway.
Here's my largest reservation, Lorgar, and I don't know if this is just a matter of like this information is missing from your sacred texts or whatnot. I don't know how much I believe that you can create a little life out of some rocks and sticks and a circle.
Well, then
These things have consequences sometimes.
I mean, as my mother used to say at some point, a thing is only impossible until it's not.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm saying what makes it possible might be more than you're bargaining for.
Well, as I've tried to make clear in a certain sense, I myself am willing to take that risk, and I am doing it outside town to try to minimize any sort of risk to other people, and I'm trying to involve the sheriff to ensure added risk reduction.
I mean, like I said, if you're going to be doing some dark magic, it's best to have the sheriff on hand to help.
I mean, the darkest thing I've thrown around was like fireballs and lightning and such. None of that was dark.
Yeah, that's spells. That's not drawing circles and singing hymns and.
I mean, it's just slower magic.
This is definitely not my most favorite thing that you have ever brought to me, but my darling sister raises several good points, and ultimately it is, quite honestly, Honey's call.
Well, let me say this. I think I heard tell around that this kind of thing tickles your fancy a little, honey. What if I gave you an exclusive?
You are speaking my language.
Sylvia
now,
just starts laughing.
Christine's eyes also light up a little bit at that. I'm so curious.
I'm mostly Lorgar. I'm just curious to see what you, Lorgar, consider an exclusive. Because I know you don't read my paper.
That's so mean, but also so true.
Not because you can't read, just because you don't have any.
Fair but true. Fair but
true. Yeah, I know.
Well, why don't you come and if you got a day to spare, or at least I suppose the latter half of a day, you can certainly come and check it all out.
I suppose I will.
Best bring your pea shooter though. We're going out in the desert.
Pea shooter.
I don't know what the
I ain't
things
got
are.
One of those.
I don't know. But yeah, so if you guys are interested, Logar will lead you to the site they've picked. I'm not sure exactly what that 20 gets me in terms of a terrain advantage.
It's a pretty flat. It's a pretty flat space. The terrain advantage is going to be a plus of 4 to your roll.
Oh dang, that's pretty damn good actually.
It's a very good bit of terrain.
So
specifically for this ritual.
That's going to be a total, with my ritualist feat, that's going to be plus 6.
Yep.
Whew. Not to mention, if we get a good roll from the sheriff.
But, I will say, Christine, Lorgar, and Honey. Lorgar leads you to a area about 25 minutes out of town, where you can see the sun-dried and bleached bones of a number of those hyena snakes just all around that have been picked clean by vultures. There's a number of vultures that just circle this area looking for like a meal. This is a hyena snake graveyard.
From the earth we come, from the earth we do return.
As we're walking over there, Christine will just lean over to Honey, and in a language that you probably do not know, Lorgar, will whisper to her. If you would like to listen in, you absolutely can, or like try to, but you know, may not know it. But Christine will just whisper to Honey, at the first sight of anything dark, take action. Even if it's Lorgar.
I can't hear a word you're saying, McKenna.
I think you gotta like tap the mic before you speak.
I also think it's Zoom. I think it's like a 1-2 combo.
It might be.
Combo.
Combo breaker.
Honey leans in and again in that same language. Just says, "Don't worry about it. I got my eye on the sky, looking out for carrion crows, vultures, anything the like."
I knew you would.
Yeah.
And off we go.
Yeah. You arrive at the site, Lorgar.
Pardon me a second.
I worry about Matt sometimes.
I just work here.
Yeah, Matt?
Yeah, Matt, you okay?
Hearing a weird sound outside. I don't know. I'm 9 stories up though, so.
You're 9. I was going to say, you're 9 stories up, bud.
It's night out though. The trains aren't going by. Sound carries.
Oh boy.
But Lorgar, it is relatively quick to get the ritual area set up.
I draw my circles. I place my bundle of prepared materials in the center that I'm going to sit kind of like cross-legged with it. I don't know. Well, I'm going to ask you as the DM. You have to probably make this up. Does the ritual specify a language that I have to speak this in, or is it just the word?
Ritual does not specify the language. You can just have to say the words.
Just because it's the one I'm most fluent in, I will use Druidic.
That's fair. Lorgar.
Yes.
You begin to chant the chant.
All right. Chant the chant, and it much as it's a crazy thing to imagine, this does take. The casting time is a day. I have to use up 15 gold pieces worth of black onyx. It was onyx. I gotten this wrong before, not opals. So you just see Lorgar essentially for course of a day. Lorgar just sort of sits in the middle of this circle with kind of the occasional swirl of wind and like magical.
Well, I'm going to describe it.
Okay.
So
this is where Will
as
speak.
Lorgar has been sitting down and they begin to chant, you can see like little rocks around Lorgar just beginning to float slightly off the ground. Christine, you see, and Honey, because Honey is here as well, the two of you see little motes of light beginning to surround Lorgar. Just like little blinks, like fireflies, but in the middle of the day. Christine, you see this energy, and you see it kind of just appearing around Lorgar, and you see it trying to draw towards the bundle, but it's having troubles focusing. You think you could do it with a religion to sort of coax them to head towards the bundle. That's the second caster check. Like that's what you're getting the feeling. You're getting a feeling of like these things wanting to have a direction.
And this is vaguely probably what Lorgar kind of prepared you for.
Yeah.
She's never done something like this before. So as like a little reminder or like a drop for anyone that has not heard this knowledge yet. Hello, chat. Um, Christine's deity is Honey Madeline. So she will kind of confusedly look at what's going on, raise a hand, and look to Honey. Honey, can you roll a d20?
Oh, I like this mechanic.
Hmm.
Ooh,
19.
Oh. I don't know if that's good or bad for me.
All right, so Cooper, what's your religion modifier?
The guidance. Okay.
Yeah, what's your religion modifier? I've decided this will be what we do for this. What's your religion mod?
Delightful.
Yeah.
My
That's fine.
religion modifier is a 6.
All right, so 19 plus 6 is a 25.
25. Dang, well, you just succeeded on the... Why can't you be the primary caster? Jeez.
I think that's even a critical success.
No, I think the DC for the it was 19 for the secondary caster, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so that's the success then. So yeah,
Rituals are hard.
Rituals are
So-
very difficult.
So through Honey's guidance, Christine manifests her champion power
Yeah.
to make this check.
Yeah, and you see the spirits, like, the aura of Christine begins to just spread around the circle, and it almost, like, pushes them towards the bundle very forcefully.
As added flavor, because her aura is despair, she is forcing the little fuckers through.
Fair enough. And yeah, as the day goes on, more stones begin to float slightly higher up into the air, and then slightly higher up into the air, and eventually it comes close to midnight. Lorgar, as the moon reaches its apex directly above you, the moon's light just shining down onto you. Make me the primary check for this ritual.
I am just checking. Like, unfortunately, like, sadly, even because it wasn't a critical success, I don't think that actually gives me a
It does
bonus.
not give you a bonus. It just means that
25 doesn't get me anything, dang.
nope.
All right, but I do have the +6
Yep.
to my so it's a 6 plus my Arcana check, which is a +9, so that's a 15 off the bat.
Yep.
Okay,
And you have a hero point.
I do have a hero point, so I need.
Don't say it, Matt.
Okay,
Don't say it.
that's a very good point.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right, here we go.
Wow.
19 plus 6.
Yeah, so that's a 25.
That's a success.
Actually, hold on. It's a 6 plus my 9. Well, no, I rolled it, so yeah.
You rolled it. So
yeah.
it's 25. That is
That
a
is a success.
That is a success. So as this ritual begins to continue, Lorgar, in front of you, you don't see anything, but you feel a presence. Christine and Honey, standing in front of Lorgar, is a young woman, 28 looking, has this like lovely long hair that's been like curled, and around her are a number of different spirits and creatures. And as like what she looks down at the bundle in front of Lorgar, you see her just like lower her hand, and then this very almost lazy looking three-eyed cat begins to walk down her arm, and she just kind of like pets it as it goes. You can see her lips making out, I will see you again very soon, little one. As this cat crawls into the bundle. Then as it has settled, this person looks up at each of you, just kind of smiles, a general smile, and then she just disappears, fades away. And Lorgar, in front of you, the bundle begins to move. Would you like to describe what comes out of it?
there's some wiggling, there's some shifting, and eventually the end of the bundle kind of means it's a sack with a drawstring, kind of forces itself open, and a hesitant little paw comes out, and then another one, and they are kind of wrapped up in strips of cloth, and kind of finally a little head pokes out, and wearing almost like a little football helmet made of like a little like an animal skull or something over more wraps, appears to be a small like mummified cat.
Cubo?
And it kind of pokes its head. It slowly looks around. It kind of fully pulls itself out. It's all wrapped up in tight, very carefully prepared, kind of like not bandages necessarily, but strips of cloth. Um, and it kind of looks around, looks at both of you, slowly looks at you with completely like covered face. You can see like maybe a little glow where the eyes would be under the bandages. Tilts its head, then it turns around, walks over to Lorgar's lap, does the little circle around, and sits down in and then just kind of lazily puts its chin on Lorgar's like leg and just kind of looks at you guys.
Mood.
You said that this thing was supposed to scare off undead.
Well, let me specify, just as a kind of out of game thing, because I have no problem explaining. The mummified cat, which is a level 0 creature, has a aura of repose. 60 feet. Corpses within the aura don't decay. This aura also attempts to counteract any effect that would transform a creature in the aura into undead.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, it's got a counteract modifier of +5. And
You can tell Honey's a little unnerved by the dead animal curled up in your lap. But
Lorgar opens his eyes and is like, "Oh God, I'm so thirsty. I've been sitting here for 24 hours. Oh, hello.
Oh.
Salt, you're awake."
Oh, it has a name. Well,
I've been preparing this for months. I found the poor critter. It passed away from like heat exhaustion in the desert, and I took it home and I carefully prepared it and preserved it. And I thought, maybe you'd like a second chance and some companionship. And now it's a good little critter.
So you
It'll be
just
so nice to have someone to talk to out in the cave.
necromanted a cat?
I mean, yeah. It's got some neat little abilities I think that might prove useful. It's got sneak attack damage.
I elbow Christine in the ribs and say, "This is the happiest we've ever seen Lorgar. Be nice."
Laura
I'm
is very happy actually.
being nice. If you were lonely, Lorgar, you could have just said something. We could have gotten you a cat, but now you've got one that I guess won't die, so at least there's that.
I mean, it's not. I mean, look at it. He's not a sturdy little thing. He can't take like punishment like we can, and sadly, I don't think he's going to grow much stronger as time goes on. He's just a little thing, but I'm sure we'll be able to use him to help.
Cats aren't for fatting. Why would we bring the cat to go beat people up?
The Salt raises his little paw and like, sing, some little claws come out.
What are you gonna do with that?
Salt kind of tilts his head at you, and then quickly like climbs up Lorgar around to the back of his neck and like puts the claws to Lorgar's neck, like, and kind of tilts his head like, yeah.
you know, Lorgar, in a weird way, it kind of suits you.
He has a little scritch behind the ear. I probably will have to update his bandages every now and then, though. He's not rotting or putrefying none. But I'm so thankful that you were able to be here and to help me with this. I was so worried. I've never tried anything like this, and now that I'm a bit more confident, a little down the road, I'm looking forward to handing out those lucky tokens to all y'all.
Much
We'll
obliged.
just wait and see, I suppose. For now, you enjoy your not dead cat.
I like to call him Salt.
Salt.
I know you do.
Is that what
I heard you.
used for the embalming?
Lorgar looks a little embarrassed like that, like he's like ashamed he couldn't come up with anything more original
No,
than
no,
that.
no. It's creative. It's
No.
fun.
No.
I can't say shit because I have a cat named Pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah, funny that. Funny that.
Remember when we were gonna name that cat Puppy?
I still think that's a cute name for a cat.
I also think that's a cute name
I
for a
worry
cat.
that would cause like some sort of like almost romantic comedy-esque confusion at some point.
That was the
That's
point.
joke.
Oh
It
no.
was funny. She was drooling all the damn time, like a puppy.
Also that.
Well, Lorgar, I look forward to like I don't know if Will can load it in right now, but I made a custom logo for the cat.
Oh.
I didn't want
I
to
do love that.
I didn't want to load it in because I felt like if I loaded it in,
Yeah,
it would have
I was
it
nervous
would have
sending
failed.
it to you.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? Let's just like not tempt fate.
That +4 was the killer, though. If I hadn't gotten that, it probably wouldn't have worked.
You did really well on your check. You did really well on your.
I rolled a
finest
10. Originally, I thought I was going to need to roll at least a 13 to succeed, which was not great odds.
We did
Yes.
it.
Because just to let everyone know, for like rituals, they start at very hard difficulty.
Like rules
So you
of
take
written rituals are very
the
hard.
the difficulty for your level, and then you +5.
Well, no, you take the difficulty for a ritual that is double the ritual's level.
Yes,
So
fair point.
a fourth
This is
level
only a
ritual
level
use
2 ritual.
use a very hard DC for an 8th level character.
So
yeah.
But now I got a little cat that's gonna hug the outside of combat arenas, sneak in, use his pounce ability, get a sneak attack, and then run away.
I don't want to have to kill a cat. Emily
No,
would
no.
Emily would
Then
never
don't.
Emily would never forgive me.
Then don't.
Many of us would never forgive you.
The cat mysteriously has no aggro.
The cat is gonna be sticking close to you, Sheriff, because you'll provide it with because with your fighting things, it'll be able to get the sneak attack damage because it'll flank. So it'll be like a 1-2 combo with the sheriff and the cat.
Yes,
Okay.
Skeefer.
Hopefully it will not kill steal from the sheriff.
That'd be funny.
I also think that would be funny.
Just like you're fighting something like, and then a little
Fighting
cat
something,
bursts out of its chest.
cat crawls up onto the thing, makes eye contact with Christine, slits its throat.
Honey right then and there decides that she is not going to be doing a write-up on this for the Gall Line Gazette.
It's very fascinating.
Local necromancer raises cat.
I'm not a necromancer. I'm not a wizard. I'm a druid.
Same.
I had to use Arcana for this. Arcana. Ugh.
I mean, if the result is the same, is there really that much of a difference?
Ironically, I could have used religion in a way, but my religion is not expert, so I couldn't, even though my religion is higher, because I'm a wisdom-based class.
Yeah. Interesting.
Well, Lorgar, charming as always.
Holds out. Do you want to pet it?
I don't think you.
I
The
don't
bandages are very soft.
Oh, no.
I bet. You know, I just did my nails.
It's a cute cat.
I don't think it's actually capable of purring. It like makes weird rustling
The,
sounds.
the bones kind of
The
rattle.
bones vibrate, they rattle.
It's like it makes a full body rattlesnake sound.
Oh,
Oh,
Or it
look,
just
it's-
puts it on its shoulder and just kind of like its legs just kind of go limp and it just sits on his shoulder like I don't even know.
it's been about 25 hours, Lorgar. I'm gonna go back to town, get a little snack, and perhaps a nap. But glad we helped.
I really do appreciate it, Sheriff. I'm in your debt.
Mm-hmm.
And honey, thank you for trusting me and for coming along to keep an eye out. I know it's a whole day out of your schedule.
That's all right. It was nice to relax.
Lorgar, I don't know how much you were paying attention to Honey during the ritual. She did not take her hands out of her pockets the whole time, and very much
Lorgar
did
had to-
not look relaxed.
Lorgar was
Um,
fully concentrating.
That's my girl.
yeah, that girl. And you would also know that when Honey has her hands in her pockets, it's not
She's
out of
ready to
idle.
shoot.
It's she's got a hand on her gun.
Yeah, out of curiosity, did any of you bring like a shovel? Like, were you planning, if need be, to shoot Lorgar on the head and then bury him in a shallow grave?
I don't think I thought that far ahead.
I
think it's
would
just a matter of,
never
like, if
agree nor disagree to that.
I would never do that to another PC.
Yeah. Sorry, the game was rigged from the start.
oh God, me as a just a player, I'm like, good Lord, let's not.
Also, to add more to this whole thing, Lorgar now has access to, from becoming the level 4 to a spell called Bone Shaker.
Ooh.
I can pull people like a magnet with their bones.
Okay, blood bending, bone bending. Ooh.
Bone bending.
Oh,
Oh,
bones don't
yeah.
bend. They don't
We
bend.
love bone bending in this house.
Shut your whore mouth, Cooper.
Oh, yeah.
Cooper, you lose a hero point for the horny.
Oh, no.
Oh, Lordy May.
Anyway,
But yeah, that's what I wanted to accomplish this episode. Unless there is some incidental stuff, I don't suppose like you guys are not going to mention anything about what you saw while Lorgar's eyes were closed.
Lorgar didn't ask.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, actually, I
Yeah.
don't think either of us would put it together. Like, we'd probably
I think
just
I would have. I think I would have just assumed that Lorgar.
I thought you
knew.
knew. I thought that you knew that I did not know.
Yeah, exactly. Very that. Very
McKenna,
that.
to answer your question, yes, that was Abby.
Yeah, Abby and Hecate.
Hecate, yeah.
Oh
I'm
God.
so sad. Abby missed Abby.
Well, we'll recap it
We'll recap it. We'll recap.
on the last episode of Dragon Ball Z.
Oh,
But that evening, people can go home and they can get a long rest. Honey, do you have anything that you're going to do before bed?
I'll check in with Amber. I want to see how she's holding up in New Town all by herself.
Amber has taken basically, like, if you have a couch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's kind of taken the couch. When you get back, she's like, "Hey, how was your day? Saw you walk into the desert with a Lorgar. Everything go okay?"
I mean, all's well that ends well, but good Lord.
Lorgar took them to the Calcium Carnival.
Lorgar's got some stuff he's working through. I mean, don't we all? But like, god damn. I have never seen that man as happy as he was holding a dead cat.
Okay, that makes it almost sound worse than it was, or better. I don't know.
Did Lorgar kill the cat? Was that like a lizard folk
found
hunting
it.
thing?
No, I think he found it and then was like, this would make a good pet. Which is a bananas way of thinking.
Lorgar has a dead. Is it like a rock type? Like, you know, some people have pet rocks.
No, there was a whole magic business, and now it's a moving bag of bones.
Oh.
It
Oh,
sure
boy.
is.
I
I
worry you are having an effect on Lorgar's reputation in town.
She's only telling Amber.
I could see how that would be disconcerting.
It was a little. I mean, just one of those things.
He lives in a cave, right?
He sure does.
Do you need like a
And nothing wrong with
do you need
living
like a
in caves.
cheeky little cave-in?
Amber.
Oh boy, are we talking about torches and pitchforks?
Just saying.
Yeah.
If it comes to it, I can.
I don't
Wow.
think it's fair.
I
think
love
he's lonely.
Frankenstein's monster.
When
I
it's a
think he's
cat,
Lonely and
can't speak.
has a poor understanding of social norms. That's not illegal.
Fair enough.
Amber's
and
made the list.
Huh?
Hmm?
Huh?
What?
No, say it.
Say what?
What
Speak up,
happened?
Matthew.
I don't
Speak up.
understand.
Amber's got some lids.
Some lids?
Yeah, lids.
The lid.
What did you hear? What did you hear that I said?
What Matt said was Amber's
still
made
don't-
the list.
What?
Oh, gotcha. Well, you don't
The
know.
lid.
Um,
Patrick, the lid.
Anyway, continuing on.
Probably crash pit. That's Cooper and I in a nutshell. The lid, Patrick. The lid.
Which one is Patrick?
Who
Yes.
can say?
No, I think he's just a little odd, and hopefully having some company
Fixes that.
lessens that oddness. It ain't his fault. Some people just ain't right, and it ain't their fault.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Amber has like increasing concern as she looks at you, but then it just kind of washes away. Well, you're probably extremely tired. I won't bother to keep you up, but it looks like I might have found a little bit of work.
Oh?
Yeah, lovely lady named Lucinda's hired me for some services that she needs me to provide her.
Oh, she pays well.
Yeah, she says she'll keep me at the ranch for a bit, so I'm probably going to head down there next couple of
A ways
days.
away. What are you doing out on the ranch?
She needs to have some mercenary work done for her that I'm going to do.
Oh, mercenary work out on the ranch. Whatever for.
She has a number of guards she's hired, and they need training, and she needs someone to keep. She
Guards?
needs someone to keep security on the thing, on the ranch. Something about cattle going missing.
Interesting.
So I'm
Is
going
that
to go
it?
keep
Just
an
cattle
eye.
going missing?
Yeah, so I'm going to go keep my eye out for stuff there, and she's paying well. She seems like a nice woman.
She is, and she does pay well. I'll give her that. Well, you know, if you see anything interesting, feel free to write me.
I'll
It'll
let
be
you know.
all off the record.
Well, I mean, I can probably get back to town, given it the distance, maybe a day or half a day's ride for me. So
Yeah, if you have horses.
If we found a
I'm sure
dead
it'll be
horse,
and yeah, honey, you get tucked into bed. Amber's made like some tea for you if you want it.
Oh. I think Honey makes a point of wearing a sheer little negligee around the house and is like,
Oh
as
my!
you're doing that,
Wow.
Amber just straight up says, "Honey,
Huh?
is there an ulterior motive to your choice of outfits?"
I think you were trying to seduce me.
I'm sure I have no idea what you mean. This is just my pajamas. It gets so hot out.
It does get hot.
Oh yeah.
Honey,
hot,
do
Nate.
you want to spend a night together?
Never would give you that idea.
Oh my!
Points to the lingerie.
This is just what I wear.
Fair enough.
You enjoy your nights at the ranch. And I go back upstairs.
You tease.
exactly.
Golly
that's
gee.
fine. She'll just go to bed.
What a 180 we've done from earlier in this, raising the dead to,
Well, honey,
this little
To raising something else.
honey, as you go to sleep,
Oh,
you begin to fall into a lovely little slumber.
Uh-huh.
A little slumber.
Then you're awoken,
Oh.
but not in your bed. In the middle of what appears to be a valley with dead trees coming out from the ground and several Southern Gothic style buildings around you. As these buildings have their iron rods at the top and a variety of symbols, you look around and you see just yourself currently.
am I still in my nightie?
You are still in your nightie.
Shit. George ain't gonna like that.
And as you begin to sort of get your bearings, you can see sort of figures beginning to appear in the circle around you. What do you do?
Started blasting.
I'm going to make a break for like the nearest woods, shelter, anything but the cathedral.
Anything but the cathedral? Fair enough.
That looks like it may be a route of escape.
There is like a way out of the circle into the woods if you want to run that way.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And yeah, honey, you run into these woods and the trees get thicker and they almost seem to like block your escape from them, and you're now just like stuck in this like thicket of trees around you. And then one of the branches lifts up and uncurls itself, and then another one, and then another one, and then another one. Honey, make me a will save.
Oh, I don't care for this. I don't care for this one bit.
Ooh, you know what? I have a hero point, and it's 950. I'll use it.
So true, girl.
25.
That is a success.
Is it a critical success?
That is a regular success.
Shucks.
But for the purposes of this ritual, it means that you're relatively safe. As the figure begins to walk in, you see a very familiar face, a face that you and Christine grew up around, the matron mother. You're not supposed to be here.
Silly me, must have gotten lost.
Here, let me take you back where you belong. And you feel her trying to like pull you just like back towards that circle, but you break off of it. And like as you're like breaking free of the stream, and it's sort of like creating this kaleidoscope of shattered glass around you, honey, you just hear, "We'll find you. We'll find you again. We'll find you again." And then you're just in darkness for the rest of the night. Honey does not dream. She just floats in the dark until she wakes up in the morning.
Walks downstairs, still in her nightie, but significantly less
Coquettish.
Yeah, there's no joy in it. There's no joy in the teasing. It's just, this is what I'm wearing, and if I were to change into something more comfortable, it'd be tantamount to admitting I was lying earlier, and that's also annoying, and this nightmare is annoying, and this dress is annoying, and everything's fucking annoying, and I have woken up on the wrong side of the bed.
Amber just like leads you to your own devices. She can feel the vibe, and she's just like,
"Oh God, nowhere is this game. It seems now."
Yeah. Honey, you're able to get going. Able to get dressed, and yeah.
To the saloon for a cold brew.
Fair enough.
Because good fucking lord, I need coffee.
That is fair.
I love that this Western has cold brew.
It does.
You're goddamn right it does.
I would argue that cold brew is easier to make than other kinds of coffee in this sort of like setting, and I'm kind of surprised that like Old West that was not a thing. Like, cowboy coffee seems like so much more work than just putting some ground up beans in a bag overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the cowboy coffee needs some bebop.
Well, it's not really cold then, it's just tepid coffee. Didn't catch any of that.
I said, it's fine. It's fine, Matthew.
Don't worry about it.
As you go to basically sit down in the saloon and get your cold brew, Dee Dee, one serving you. We're going to, when Abby is back next week, show off what Dee Dee was doing yesterday. So we'll do like a little bit of a jump back in time, but
I know what you did yesterday.
Dee Dee is serving you your morning cold brew. Christine, you probably eventually come in, Lorgar. You've probably also this is your day where you come into town to look for cool stuff. So like everyone's made it to the saloon.
Ah,
And
you meet in a tavern.
then there is a lot of hurried galloping that you can hear. And bursting into the saloon is a dwarven man with dark hair. I need someone to point me to this town's sheriff. I've got a bit of a problem. And as they do that, they produce from their basically jacket a badge that shows them as a ranger for the League of Amazing Adventurers.
Not those assholes. Same
And
brain cell.
that is where we are going to end tonight's session with Candor entering the saloon.
Candor.
I
never even met it.
I share one fucking brain cell tonight.
What is it they say? Great minds think alike, or fools seldom differ.
Well, that seems like a self-deprecating way of looking at it. But thank you all so much for coming to tonight's episode of Wild Ambition. Join us next time as we see what Dee Dee got up to and what Twitty got up to during this time, and what Darla got up to, although I imagine it's probably going to be staring into the sun.
Really get her some glass.
Then we are going to jump right into the beginning of our next arc. And yeah, thank you all so much for coming. Hazu is on, so we're going to raise Hazu. They're playing some Marvel Snap, and we'll see you all on the next one. Bye-bye.
Y'all come back now, you hear?